Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Instances where it's okay to cheat. Now personally I don't condone cheating. I think it's a very messed up thing to do to someone and tells a lot about your character. But I used to lurk on the subreddit for adultery and I saw that a lot of people cheated due to dead bedrooms. Some kind of mental, physical, psychological abuse, and their partner would refuse to separate divorce when asked to. So they felt like cheating was their only option to get satisfaction. I don't think those were all the reasons, but anyway. Do you guys feel like there is ever a good excuse to cheat, or is it just bad? Point blank. I don't think there is a good excuse to cheat. I saw an article once by a marriage counselor that cheating was one of the most selfish acts one could commit. You don't look at the effects it will have on your spouse or family, all you care about is yourself and what you want. That's crazy to think, but makes sense. I mean, the thing is, it's easier in a practical sense to fix a damaged relationship than it is to cheat. So, whatever issues they have, if they actually wanted their relationship, they could repair it. They just want to cheat. The vast majority just chase butterflies or like the feeling of being shitty to others and getting away with it. It's why they almost invariably bully or mistreat their partners when they start having an affair. Either you're mine and in my corner, or you're not, and I can treat you however I like. It's part of building the fiction they use to lie to themselves. It's like a small child polarizing every relationship. Some use the excuse it gives them perspective, but they're just a drug addict taking a little bumper so they don't wig out in public. You still have a huge ducking problem you aren't managing, and need extensive therapy. And yes, the trauma of being cheated on is quantifiable to PTSD from war. I knew a soldier with 20 plus confirmed who committed suicide when his mom told him his wife was sleeping around. She had zero remorse until he offered himself. The only time cheating is acceptable is if you're a hostage in the relationship and they won't let you leave, or they refuse to acknowledge a clearly stated intent to end a relationship, which none of them do. That hits close to home. My wife was the butterfly chaser type. I heard it several times. What if your husband or wife won't let you leave? My aunt in a backward Muslim country can't divorce her husband cause he won't show up to court, so are you saying she should just wait around for him? That's ridiculous. It was a general question with no actual scenarios involved. But since you brought one up, what would happen if your aunt cheated on her husband and he found out? I know what would happen. Is it still worth cheating and possibly getting caught? It wasn't general. They specifically provided examples. Abuse and won't allow divorce. The post was generally about people in a dead bedroom, mentally abusive and can't or won't allow a divorce, so that's why I gave a general answer. You gave an actual scenario, and yes, opinion can change depending on the scenario. You look at your aunt's situation. It may be justified to cheat, but is it safe? Because if he found out, what would happen? No, not to cheat. There are conversations that can be had, arrangements, etc. Cheating is never acceptable. It's never okay to cheat. If your relationship is so bad, you have to choose to leave. Dead bedroom? No. Talk to your spouse. If it doesn't change, divorce your spouse. The mere threat of divorce usually motivates most men, and I'm sure it would do the same for women. If they are okay with divorce, then the marriage is dead already. Move on. There is never a justified action for cheating. Sure, some situations may not be as wicked, such as physical, mental, or emotional abuse, or one spouse already cheated on the other as opposed to a loyal spouse being cheated on, but they are still wrong no matter what. I think nobody in any given circumstance has to cheat. If you are not happy, just communicate to the so and break it off, and then go do whatever you want. Why do you want to cheat when you are unhappy in a relationship just to return to it? Cheating makes no sense in any given scenario. There's a way out of bad relationships, and it's not cheating for sure. There is never an okay time to cheat. Those with excuses should reevaluate their relationship. Talk to their partner to try to come to a mutual compromise of issues, and/or just leave. It's that simple. If you need to justify cheating, then you should have left long ago. Anybody can say they were emotionally abused. Hell, I was emotionally abused. I didn't cheat. When a couple gets married, they agree to make each other happy. When that stops sexually, I believe it's approval to cheat. I believe this line of reasoning should be taught so as to be common sense. No one should have to go without sex. It's abuse to do that to the person you love. The other reason to cheat is if you have approval. There are many forms of relationships like that. If I can't satisfy the person I love, I will want her to be satisfied. Why wouldn't I want her to have that pleasure? The vast majority of the people on those cheating subs are full of shit. They just lack the intrapersonal intelligence to actually recognize they are full of it because they are in the throes of their dysfunction. The same majority would be entirely fine if they dedicated that same energy to growing or repairing their relationship. The problem is they don't have the skills or the drive to actually make any change of substance, either for themselves or others. So instead they cheat. Being real, they either aren't suited to long-term relationships or they've got some unresolved trauma or issue they aren't addressing that's made them a selfish, hedonistic black hole for attention and validation that will eventually consume their lives. That, or they are just so lost they can't even recognize they are lying to themselves. There's a reason you mistreat your partner. It's you. None. Never. If things are bad, still consider cheating. It's better to end the relationship. That way there will be no mentally damage or trust issues for that person down the line. Definitely agree. Nothing can justify cheating. Rampant abuse that you can't escape from due to the circumstance of your situation. Then someone comes in, whom you find sexually attractive, and also protects you from the abuse. I often say there is absolutely zero reason to ever cheat. Leave first, then sow your oats until your genitals fall off or you're satisfied. It's all good to me, and any reason or no reason at all is a valid reason to leave. It sucks. But if I'm going to cheat if I stay with you needs to be said, so be it. However, I have two older male cousins, one on my mom's side and one on my dad's side, both of which have had, or are still having, to look after their wives after the disease accident. One cousin's wife was thrown from a horse and, for lack of a better explanation, basically crushed her forehead in. They have 2 kids together, and since the accident she has never been the same. He does the household chores after a 40-hour work week, as far as I know, and my family is a bunch of gossips. He's been 100% faithful. My other cousin's wife went through a long battle with cancer that lasted years. Last year she was basically unconscious and everyone knew the end was near. His wife passed away and he remarried 2 months later. Men are the worst about losing a spouse. They can't stand being alone much more than widows. No idea if he was in contact with her or sexually active before his wife passed. But I'm not sure I'd know how to judge him even if I knew what he did or didn't do. Abuse? Get out. Separate. Divorce and go no contact. Don't cheat, even when cheated on. How would cheating help end the abuse? It sounds like that would make the likelihood of abuse higher. I don't believe in sanctioned cheating of the poly variety. It's still cheating. There are things we as humans can do and places we can venture that increase the likelihood of cheating. Those are the places we shouldn't be going and things we shouldn't be doing. Your cousins are both really strong men, and yes, I definitely agree with your last paragraph. Thank you. I believe that if one is not happy, then get out and do your thing without having to cheat. Maybe soon you will find someone who is a real match. There is one instance for myself. Physical abuse. Why? To me this is already divorce in essence. Broken marital vows by hurting your spouse. And it's hard to feel empathetic to someone who beats the crap out of another person for his kicks or drunken rage or whatever. Well, in that case, every flaw someone doesn't like should not be when people cheat. It's because they don't care or they have no self-control and are easily manipulated. It's just a flaw like everything else, but I never cheated and I choose not to deal with it anymore. But it's really just a flaw like everything else. It's just up to the other if it's something they will accept, because if it comes from a husband or wife, it's a part of the worst to come: sickness, health, better or worse. It's just a horrible thing if the person cheating has no problem and just is using you for something. Most cheaters claim it is the dead bedroom. 99% of the time it is not. They don't cheat because of the dead bedroom. The bedroom is dead because they cheat. Cheating is often the result of narcissistic behavior or lack of empathy. The same people who cheat think they can handle getting attention from more than one person. They think they have the energy to entertain more than one relationship. So they focus a little on the affair, and then they focus a little bit more because the legit relationship is already a done deal, so it doesn't require as much emotional investment to maintain. When the bedroom is dead, they will complain about it without a thought about where was their own mind and where did the attention they used to give to so went. They will often complain about the lack of attention when they provided none to begin with, and will rarely acknowledge the work of so is often a sacrifice to make their life better. The dead bedroom is a ridiculous excuse. Those same people act in the shadows waving excuses and morals when they could simply have a clean breakup, which would be the moral thing to do. But they are too hypocritical to face their shortcomings. After being in a toxic relationship where I got cheated on twice, I don't think it's ever okay. I get the relationship was bad. I accept my part in that. However, if you're unhappy, leave. So simple. I would have happily taken a blunt surprise breakup convo to feeling inadequate and suppressing trust issues, all because she was confused. Don't let that sub gaslight you and get in your head. Those people need help. Sometimes when I read how excited they are about having affairs, I just feel bad for their partners. Loudly crying face. Tough to say. I don't think it's good, ever. It's always bad and wrong. Full stop. However, saying that, I do believe there's some rare occasions when you can say it was the only way to realize it's the end. Some of us aren't as strong to just walk away, be it difficult so, dead bedroom or staying cause of kids. Meeting and cheating with someone else pushes them. Anyway, in short, don't think it's ever a good thing. But sometimes bad things led to new beginnings. Just shame people get damaged in the process. Cheating is never tolerated. Like, bruh, is it that hard to not have intercourse? IDEC. Some PPL cited that their partners just lost the attraction or something else that made them not want to have sex anymore. Some people have tried many ways to end the relationship, which is easier said than done. Once the other person moves in with you, they automatically become part of your life for everything. Even when the relationship sucks, people struggle to keep things going. For the sake of their finances, their children, their reputation as a member of the family. The person who is being cheated on is usually a person who doesn't get it, that the relationship is not going anywhere. You talk clearly to them, but they ignore you because of the attachment. They think that BC you treat them nicely. It's BC that person still loves them the same way when things were on good terms. For them, it is just mixed signals, and ignores the red flags. They usually have low self-esteem, and not from being bullied to a corner like one of the comments I've read. They come with baggage to the relationship they haven't been able to leave behind. I've been cheated in the past, and I know I've been in denial. I've cheated in the past, and seen my exes just stick around. It is really FKD up. But if things were ideal, I think most people would just end the relationship, like most couples do. Dead bedrooms, I'd say no, but physical, emotional, mental abuse, yes. Refusal to divorce, separate, maybe. Depends on the reason. Why is this being downvoted? Seems reasonable. How are you getting physically or emotionally abused and too scared to leave but not scared enough to cheat? Like, what happens when the abusive partner finds out you're cheating? That shit just doesn't make sense, which is why there is no justification for cheating ever. Because you may have no ability to leave, maybe because of money or blackmail, but you still have emotional needs which aren't being met. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.